Pardon me and my tone. You can't step to my throne. They ain't working like me. I did this on my own. You asking where we been, huh? I don't know where to begin, huh? All this dirt on my skin. I just came here to win. I'm more than a man, I'm a monster. Somebody call a pastor, doctor. I got a 6 cents for imposters. So now I'm coming for the whole roster. It's not a game, why you playing with me? You could double back, lose track, try and hang with me. It must be in my veins, something you can't tame, cause I break the chains. Can't control me. I got the power, I got the keys, cause I break the chains. They try to hold me, I'ma push back, just wait and you'll see.
Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley, and I'm sure most of you have already seen this by now. It's 2022. By the time a tweet goes out, it's all over social media within a matter of moments. I saw a couple of you guys talking about it in the Talkin VAWLS Facebook group, but that is this. Wyoming wide receiver Isaiah Neyor has flipped from Tennessee to Texas. And we're going to talk a little bit about the transfer portal, the impact. What does this mean for this football team? Is Josh Heupel and this coaching staff, are they failing in the transfer portal in 2022? We'll discuss all of that. As always, do me a favor, go ahead and smash that like button just below the video. If you'll hit that little thumbs up, helps the analytics, helps the channel, helps us reach more Tennessee fans here on YouTube. And if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We are fans just like you. So if you enjoy the content, go ahead and subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You won't miss out when we go live or when we drop new content. Reminder, we're going to be live tomorrow night, Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking about something that factors into this Isaiah Neyor commitment, and that is NIL. We're going to be sitting down with one of the founders of the Spire Sports Group. They're responsible for NIL at Tennessee. We're going to be discussing that. So make sure you guys join us tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. But again, Isaiah Neyor, things were looking good for Tennessee. He commits last week, but then there's all these rumblings. A lot of you guys asking about it. I was seeing the same things. He starts to take a visit to Ole Miss. There's a lot of rumors going around that he's going to be joining Lane Kiffin. You know, they're talking about NIL deals. If he's committed to Tennessee, if he's locked in, why is he taking a visit to Ole Miss? That kind of came and went. The next thing you start to hear is that he's going to be visiting Texas. That's where he was just at recently. Then he makes that commitment. He flips, jumps over to Texas. Is it an NIL deal? Is that college football in 2022? Isaiah Neyor comes, visits Josh Heupel, talks about it, likes the offense. Typically, in previous years, that's a sealed deal. But now things are changing. You know, you started to hear some buzz about Isaiah Neyor. What a playmaker he was, and he is. You know, this one hurts, guys. It's not just, oh, he's gone, forget it, who cares, don't want him here anyway. This is a guy that really was going to open up the offense. But he's flirting with Ole Miss. He's flirting with Texas. I saw some people on the VolQuest message board saying that he committed to Tennessee to put that NIL pressure on Ole Miss and Texas. Is that the case? Is that what happened? But where does this coaching staff go from here? I feel like they have struck out in 2022 in the transfer portal. There it is. I said it. I'm going to be critical of this coaching staff. I like what they've done on the field. Happy with the product. I really thought that they would have more success than they have in the transfer portal so far in this postseason. And a big part of that is when you go back to 2021 and you look at the guys they added, key pieces that made an impact this season. You know, your guys like Juwan Mitchell came in with a lot of hype, got banged up. But then look at our starting quarterback. Our starting quarterback, Hendon Hooker, came from Virginia Tech. A lot of people had no confidence what he was going to do. Josh Heupel goes out and adds Javonte Payton. We're all scratching our heads saying, why did he go get a receiver? The same reason why I was excited about Isaiah Neyor, the way he was going to open up the field. That's what Javonte Payton did for this football team last year. But I feel like this coaching staff had some success. They added some nice pieces. So far in late 2021, early 2022, they have added Gerald Mincey, offensive tackle from Florida. I think that's a nice addition, a guy that could possibly push Dane Davis, push Crawford, compete for that starting tackle position. They've added a couple of walk-ons in Navy Schuler and Charlie Browder. Nice little pieces. But I thought they would be able to add those impact players. We all know Tennessee needs defense. We all realize that. And so far through the transfer portal, I feel like this coaching staff really struck out on Isaiah Neyor, and they struck out on Jared Verse. Same type of deal. Seemed like Tennessee had all the momentum with Verse. He goes down to Florida State. Is it NIL? Is that what Tennessee is missing? Do they not have the money? And I'm excited to sit down with the Spire Sports Group tomorrow and kind of talk about this and the process and educate myself and you guys on what is going into some of this recruiting in the transfer portal, recruiting kids coming out of high school, what's legal, what's not legal. But I feel like up to this point, Tennessee has not added enough pieces to the puzzle to continue to have success. I still like the schedule next year. But where does Tennessee go from here? You know, everything indicated they were going to add Isaiah Neyor, and then they were out of room because of scholarship reductions. But where do they go? Who do they look to? What about Brew McCoy, the wide receiver from USC? I know I made a video on him last week. Some of you guys were all in. Some of you guys were all out. It's a #1 athlete in the class of 2019. But he's only played 1 year in the 3 years that he's been in college, suspended for the full season last year. Do they go all in on Brew McCoy? You know, something I was going to be watching over the next couple of days as Tennessee gets ready to start the spring semester, whether or not Brew McCoy was just going to enroll. If Tennessee didn't have room to add him on a scholarship, would he just enroll and then they would play that numbers game after they got through the semester? But now a spot is open. Where does Tennessee go? What do you guys think? How do you feel this coaching staff has done thus far in the portal? Are we out of line a little bit by expecting more? And again, it goes back to what this coaching staff did last year with Hendon Hooker, with Javonte Payton, Brandon Turnage, William Mohan. They added some pieces. DeJoun Terry, Caleb Tremblay. They added some key contributors to that season, to that team last year. So I was kind of expecting the same. And I know we've got a long way to go. I said in a video, I think it was just yesterday, talking about adding guys once they got through spring practice. So Tennessee is still going to have an opportunity, but does Isaiah Neyor flipping from Tennessee to Texas, does Jared Verse trending to Tennessee, ends up at Florida State? You know, there were a couple of running backs in the portal that Tennessee talked to. They had no interest at all in coming to Tennessee. Are you concerned? That's the question. That's going to wrap it up for this one. Hit that comment section. Let me know your thoughts. I know this was kind of a quick one, but Isaiah Neyor flips to Texas. Are you concerned? That's the question I'm asking. Or are you full steam ahead? If you have not done so yet, please smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. Also, go check out the official merchandise of the Talkin' VAWLS Network. Just go to bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. You can see it there up on the screen now. Got all kinds of different merchandise for basketball, football, baseball. Getting ready to kick up the baseball coverage here shortly as we're right around the corner from the first game. But any and all support, greatly appreciated. Again, that's bonfire.com/store/Talkin' VAWLS. I will also drop the link in the description. But any and all support, we greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to join us live tomorrow. First time the band is back together in quite some time, so look forward to that. Hope to see you guys in the chat. But that is going to do it. This is the Talkin' VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.